I need to clear out this filter intake. But every time I do, it gets clogged up again from all the detritus coming off of this. Well, I mean all the vegetale, the detritus vegetale coming off of this Java fern and the guppy grass. This one's kind of like a toddler. I like when I see the little ones in here, because I'm used to whenever I look at this tank, I always see little bitty ones, because they're just breeding in here, you know. I never really collected the eggs from in here, though. I never see the eggs. We put them all in the plants. These stir-bys, they like putting them on the plants instead of the glass. Yes, ma'am? What can I help you with? You wanted to be on here? Okay. Well, we're just watching the fish tank. Is that okay with you? Yeah. Hey, look, there's an E-Rite. Couple of them, isn't it? Now, that one might be a ram's horn. I don't know. Yeah, we've got those Nerite snails in here still. There's a couple of them there. They helped us get rid of the algas. I've had this tank for a long time. And it used to be a 20-gallon long. But whenever we moved, we put them in this 40 breeder, which I think is the minimum that you should have if you're going to keep Cories like I do in big groups like this. You know, when I was starting to keep them and I was learning how to keep Cories, you know, they all said that they're happiest in groups. You know, they want to be with their family. 6 or more is the rule. You know, 6 or more of the same breed. So that's why I like to keep them like this. And so it started out as 20-gallon long. We put 3 of the stir-bys in there back when we started it out. And I added a few more here and there until I had about 10 in the 20-gallon long. And then they started putting out eggs. But yeah, the other breeds didn't have to wait so long, you know, like that one bronze that I had put in my 55-gallon that one time. She put eggs all over the glass the first day we put her in the aquarium, and there was only like, I think 2, 3, 4 Corys in there at that time. So you don't need a large group, but you just want to make them feel comfortable, I guess. The bronze Corys breed really well, Maybe these guys are a little more finicky. Maybe that's why they don't put their eggs all over the glass. They're a little more reserved, but they feel comfortable when they get in groups, when they get in groups of 6 or more. They have, what do they call it? I forget the proper terminology. The fish above. They're little friends, smaller fish that swim around up top. In this case, it's the guppies, or the Imbratetra. That helps them feel more comfortable too. That's all you have to do to start breeding them, is just make them feel comfortable. I learned a lot from watching Eric Bodrox, and he says, be the fish. You gotta learn how to think like they do, I guess, is how he put it. But yeah, there's some tips and tricks that I learned from watching him. Basically, just that one video of the talk he did, along with the tour of his fish room with LRB. And I also learned a lot from Old School Fish Guy. He had a few videos on Cory breeding. They traditionally recommend not to put these little pebbles in there, but I've got a few in there anyway. They recommend keeping them on sand. Excuse me, pure sand, because it's better for their barbels, because they spend their time rooting around on the bottom. So they appreciate a smoother surface, and when it's all sand, they love to just really dig into it. Just bury their whole head in the sand, rooting around, trying to get to something that they smell down there. Yeah, they also come to the top a lot because I use a lot of the dry foods, which leave a lot of particulate and dust up on the surface. So they learn to start eating from the surface too. They normally migrate up there after they finish off what's at the bottom. But sometimes they just go straight to the top. And they even do that when they're in their infancy, when they are in the breeder box. I had seen a really little bitty one that I wanted to show, but I'm not seeing him right now. I've got some peridot in here. That's a peridot lapidary. See if I can shine my light on it. Show you the color. There it is. That is a peridot. There we go. I think there's 2 of them in here, actually. I had to move this because the Java fern was growing through it. There's that old Anubias. Looking worn out. Old and worn out. All those holes in the leaves. Yeah, the snails might be helping it along a little. That is kind of what they do. Not the nearite snails, though. But there's ram's horn in here, too. But yeah, it's just old. It's just an old, mature. Can't really get a good view. Yeah, I need to clean that filter intake. Yeah, it's just old and mature. All the plants in here, all ragged out. The Java fern. I don't know, man. I think I'll just leave it. I don't really like it. I mean, I like it, I just don't really like the way it looks. But whatever. I do want to clean that filter intake out, though. Yeah. We're going to clean that filter intake out.